Before you say another word, remember that this will be public to everyone with a Class 4 clearance. I can redact your name, but I can't stop people from putting the pieces together from an ill-timed outburst.
It's public to me. I ain't got no clearance. Oh, yo, what you talking about, Willis?
Later, in the void.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to the Savvy Show. And in today's episode, man, it looks like we got a pretty interesting one. This is SCP-166, Teenage Succubus. Yo, so I don't know exactly, I know exactly what Succubus is, so I want to see what they're going to do with this one. The thumbnail looks like she's crying, and we don't know if she belongs to the streets or something bad happened, but yo, we'll find out in this reaction. But I'm intrigued to see how they're going to operate this. And Teenage Succubus, I wonder if that's going to be an important note throughout this reaction. But with that all out the way, if you guys are excited for this reaction and you guys like to see more, please remember to smash that like button. Beginning, middle, end of the video. Doesn't matter if you like it, please smash it. It helps the channel grow. It takes less than a second. And also smash the sub button as well too. Join the family. I make reactions like this daily for you guys, so you'll always get that dose of SCP heat. And I'm telling you guys, this is going to be the best place if you love my reaction style. You want to tune in. Trust me. And also remember, smash the notification button so you know exactly when I'm dropping an upload, because YouTube doesn't always let you know when I'm posting. So with all out the way, remember, shout out to SCP Animated, Tales from the Foundation. They're the one that made this SCP animation for us to react to today. Without them, there would be nothing left. So with all out the way, without any further ado, let's get this show started. Alrighty, SCP-166, Teenage Succubus. Oh man, let's see it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Buck. Today we are going to be discussing SCP-166, otherwise known as Teenage Succubus. SCP-166 is a European female human in its late teens with ungulate features, possessing antlers, hooved feet, and a short tail reminiscent of Rangifer tarandus, more commonly referred to by the colloquial term reindeer.
All right, I keep on forgetting, this channel usually has a style where it's like more of an interaction, interview 1v1 dialogue, besides of like the past of this SCP. Usually like other channels will like do the background of the SCP, what they're about and everything, height, you know, power level. But this is more so like talking to the SCP about like what happened and everything. So this is more interesting too, because it was kind of on the thumbnail. So we shall see.
Despite these obvious abnormalities, DNA analysis reveals no abnormal genetic traits. SCP-166 is contained in Biocontainment Zone C at Site 19, which has been modified to include a hermetically sealed antechamber and an industrial-strength air purifier.
Wow.
Containment staff must wear the specifically designated 166 biohazard suits at all times
You need all that, though?
SCP-166's containment area.
She's a
Due to
succubus.
SCP-166's unique physiological needs, a variety of loose-fitting organic cotton clothing has been provided to be rotated monthly. All meals are to be cooked according to the guidelines.
Monthly? She's only getting changed monthly? Bro, maybe that's why she's crying on the thumbnail, bro. Like, what? SCP Foundation, you got me fucking
provided with as little inorganic additives as possible. Reasonable requests for personal items and modifications to the containment suite must be approved personally by Site Director Light. To date, SCP-166 has been granted the following items requested: a copy of the Holy Bible, Douay Rheims Challoner revision,
What?
a Catholic rosary, access to a Catholic priest for confession, mass, and other sacraments. Chaplain Davis has been scheduled to meet with SCP-166 on alternating Sundays after a thorough decontamination process.
Why, though?
And various books and magazines, mostly religious in nature. SCP-166 is a destructive, yet non-violent force. Within a 15-meter radius...
Doesn't that contradict what you just said? Anywho.
Yes, of SCP-166. Artificial objects gradually return to an unworked state. Higher complexity objects like electronics
Whoa. They're talking about the wood inside this room actually turned to like tree branches and shit, I'm assuming.
Artificial objects gradually return to an unworked state.
Wow.
Higher complexity
Unwarped.
objects like electronics or vehicles are affected quicker, with degradation of their metallic components causing catastrophic structural failure in a matter
Whoa.
of hours.
What the heck?
Rudimentary materials, such as stone buildings or products made of organic materials, decay at a virtually imperceptible rate. Within the same radius, plant life will begin to sprout, often growing in improbable places such as out of security cameras or ID scanners. SCP-166 possesses a possibly anomalous sensitivity to artificial material and pollutants, with inhalation or contact causing pressure ulcers and symptoms of acute asthma attacks.
What kind of succubus
In one
is this?
case, physical proximity to a smoker caused SCP-166
Oh shit! That's Dr. Bright. That's another SCP, bro. What the hell?
to undergo a severe asthma attack, even though the doctor at the time had not smoked for 3 weeks.
What?
SCP-166
What is Dr.
was
Bright doing here?
discovered at the Our Lady of Mercy Convent in County Galway, Ireland, where it had lived since infancy. It was confirmed by a defecting Global Occult Coalition agent to be the child of threat entity 9927 Black, the Goddess, also known as SCP-4231-A, who was terminated by a GOC strike team in what would be known.
What was the SCP name? That SCP looks like the deer. I think that's like SCP-28 something, which is like a goddess, like a godlike being, SCP. So let me hear this again. Hold up.
Global Occult Coalition agent to be the child of threat entity 9927 Black, the Goddess, also known
The
as
Goddess?
SCP-4231-A, who was terminated.
423. I never covered any SCP that's 4231. So it's definitely not the deer. And this SCP is literally called the Goddess. Like, what the heck? And it's terminated? Like, yo, hold up. Let me hear one more time.
Also known as SCP-4231-A, who was terminated by a GOC strike team in what would be known as the Cornwall Incident.
A strike team killed a goddess type SCP. Maybe it's just goddess in name, but just looking at it, it literally looks like a god level SCP. And it's the mother of this SCP, which is pretty OP so far, which is known to be destructive but not harmful at the same time, which is what? But anyway, yo, this is crazy.
The GOC description of SCP-166 is as follows. Threat entity is the child of incarnated LTE-9927 Black,
What
the
the hell?
Goddess, and an unknown father. While it strongly
Scarlet King. Man, our boy Scarlet King be getting around, yo. I'm saying, bro, I'm pretty sure the daddy's Scarlet King. Oh my god.
resembles its mother and shares its animalistic features, it
Whoa.
lacks the extreme bestial appearance of 9927 Black.
9927
It
Black?
possesses minor chlorokinetic abilities, but primary reason for threat entity classification is the instinctive knowledge and eligibility to enact occult procedure clockwork Black Child Havila, a
What the hell?
worldwide ritual working that would irreversibly regress human civilization to Neolithic standards.
They basically
Strike Team
de-evolve.
Lancelot neutralized 9927 Black in England during an operation.
Okay, 9927 Black, wasn't it like 4 something? Well, why is it 2 different numbers or abbreviations for this SCP? Is there something that I'm missing? They at least said the SCP was like all these numbers and letters, black, and then they said it's like 4-8 something else. What? And they got took out by a strike team? Like, what? Like, I really need to hear this.
Strike Team Lancelot neutralized 9927 Black in England during an
Lancelot.
operation which would later be known as the infamous Cornwall
He would be from
Incident,
England.
but were unable to confirm the liquidation of 9927 Black Child due to the death of the strike leader, Agent
The
Ukulele.
liquidation?
Ukulele was posthumously awarded.
Ukulele? What's with these names, though? Bro! Okay, what's with this fucking animation, man?
Due to the death of the strike leader, Agent Ukulele. Ukulele was posthumously
Ukulele.
awarded the Silver Aegis for his lifelong service to humanity.
Mm.
As many of you
But he's
already
dead.
know, Agent Ukulele is none other than the Foundation's
No,
own
I don't know.
Dr. Cleff. Before Cleff's defection, he was able to smuggle SCP-166
Yo, I remember seeing Dr. Cleff in... what was it? What was it? It was in the God reaction. God, that feels like such a long time ago since I reacted to God. But anyway, he was in it too. And I'm pretty sure you guys are like saying this guy is like pretty top tier. I don't know if he's an anomaly himself, but I'm pretty sure you guys said he's like pretty deadly. Let me know in the comment section below what's with this dude, and is there any like good videos to like cover about him? Just personally, I'm intrigued, bro. I'm intrigued.
Into a Catholic convent in County Galway, Ireland. It lived there until the age of 12, at which point a visitor to the convent accidentally witnessed SCP-166 and reported it to authorities. The agent then contacted the Foundation, agreeing to share GOC intelligence in return for the guaranteed safety and containment of SCP-166.
Okay.
The following is an excerpt from one of SCP-166's many scheduled conversations with Chaplain Davis.
Good morning, child.
Good morning, Father.
As usual, I have to remind you that due to our environment, the seal of confession will not take place unless specifically invoked. Even then, details of our conversation can be unsealed if they're determined to be essential. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Now, how are you doing?
Good. One of the staff told me about Benedict yesterday. Is that true?
Ah, yes, that was rather unfortunate, but it does make sense. He was rather old, even when he first took up the position. Now he can rest, knowing he served the church well.
I guess so.
I'm sensing a question arising, child. What is it?
It's just... I wanted to ask you something, though it might be a little personal. I was just wondering...
Is she Irish? Yo, I don't intrude, but... Bro, that accent's heavy. We started.
What is it?
It's just... I wanted to ask you something, though it might be a little personal. I was just wondering, do you have a good relationship with your parents?
My mother, yes, before she passed away. I visited her once a month at the retirement home, plus her birthday and holidays.
Probably because she does have a
There
good
was a
relationship with
chaplain
hers.
serving in the military, which I suppose is somewhat close to the truth.
And your father?
That is a rather more complicated question. He
Mm.
was a good man, a soldier, who held three things dearly: God, country, and family.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he held those convictions rather severely, which resulted in some heated discussions. I love him still, but this way is best for everyone. And what about your parents? I know you lived in the convent, but before that?
I never really knew them. I got dropped off when I was a baby. I mean, I guess they must have known the sisters if they put me there,
She's
but
definitely Irish.
I don't remember them. Just what I picked up. Now, they mentioned my mother a bit before they realized what would they say about me.
Mm.
I think they said something about her being a goddess, which obviously wouldn't be true. She must have been some sort of spirit, but oof, she must have been something if I ended up looking like this.
Her mom must have been an SCP. She was definitely an SCP. I really want to know, does she have any ties with the deer? Maybe just because of the antlers? But I really want to know, like, what was going on during the fight where she died and Dr. Cleff, like, because he died too. I was surprised that he's dead. I don't know what time. I don't know the timeline, but they said he's dead. And I heard he's pretty strong. And like I heard they kept him captive or something in like the God reaction that I actually watched. I don't know if that's canon or just part of the animation, but I'm really interested now because this is a God level creature and got taken down. So, goddamn.
I remember eavesdropping on the abbess. She was talking to one of the other sisters about how she'd done something wrong. Something about a ritual that someone else stopped. They said she died.
Sorry for your loss.
What?
It's not like I knew her.
And your father?
I don't know. He must have been the one who dropped me off at the convent, but why there? Why didn't he take me with him?
I'm sure he had his reasons.
Scarlet King.
Maybe. You know, they never talked about him. Not once. I must have asked the abbess 1,000 times, but she never mentioned a hint of him.
Maybe the mom was one of the 7 brides of the Scarlet King, because almost all of them died, and she is dead, bro.
Me mother was so horrible. What did me father do?
On May 8th, 2013, the following note was discovered within SCP-166's containment area.
I first met your mother when we were little more than children.
Wait, what? That's
She
him?
had hooves for feet and starlight in her eyes. She was beauty and nature incarnate.
Well, that kind of debunks the Scarlet King theory of him being the daddy, but oh well.
And I killed her with my own two hands. Eden isn't a place. It's a state of being.
What?
Note was discovered within
Was Dr. Cleff the dad? Yo, hold on.
SCP-166's
Let me
containment
just chill.
area.
Let me just chill.
I first met your mother when we were little more than children. She had hooves for feet and starlight in her eyes.
It's a little
She was
freaky.
beauty and nature incarnate, and I killed her with my own two hands. Eden isn't a place. It's a state of being. They wanted to take us back to it, and I stopped them. I took paradise away from us for a second time. I have never regretted my actions on that day, except one. Though when you first met me on that day, you saw your father put a bullet into the head of your mother. I make no excuses, only explanation. You may not have even remembered it, but I'm telling you now in the hope you understand why I did what I did. I hope you forgive me.
Explain.
I love you. I wish I could have done more for you. The best I could do was leave you in the hands of kind and loving people and hope they would raise you in my place. From what I've seen, they did well. I'm sorry you couldn't stay with them. I'm sorry they brought you to this place. I promise to do my best to make sure your stay here is pleasant. I promise to keep you safe.
What?
Happy 16th birthday from your loving father.
He didn't explain anything. Hold up. I need to hear the beginning again. The reason why he took them from paradise.
Eden isn't a place. It's a state of being. They
Hated?
wanted to take us back,
Did he say hated?
and I killed her with my own two hands.
Hold up.
Eden isn't a place.
Is he saying hated or Eden? Because if it's the Garden of Eden, that would make sense. But hated?
It's a state of being. They wanted to take us back to it, and I stopped them. I took paradise away from us for a second time. I have never regretted my actions on that day.
Okay. I'm assuming it's saying hated or Eden. And it's not a place, it's a state of mind. But where would they take him away if it's in the mind, though? Let's just keep it going.
The best I could do was leave you in the hands of kind and loving people and hope they would raise you in my place. From what I've seen, they did well. I'm sorry you couldn't stay with them. I'm sorry they brought you to this place. I promise to do my best to make sure your stay here is pleasant. I promise to keep you safe. Happy 16th birthday from your loving father.
16.
While I have my own suspicions of who the father of SCP-166 is, I dare not comment on it due to the Foundation's reluctance to publish any documentation
Oh
on the
my
matter.
god. You're already on YouTube. Come on, bro. Everyone's watching this. Almost 1 million people are watching this right now, bro. Girl. Shit. Like, come on. Tell us.
Make no mistake, SCP-166's degenerative nature, it is capable of undoing centuries worth of mechanical and technological advancements.
That's
But what
insane.
might be even scarier is the mysterious and potentially divine nature of her lineage.
Ooh. Let's hear
There
it.
was a previously redacted article about the disciplinary action of an unnamed Foundation employee.
What the hell were you thinking?
That's
I
Dr.
wanted to
Cleff.
make sure she's all right. You wouldn't let me talk.
Bro, that's Dr. Cleff. That's Dr. Cleff. That's Dr. Cleff. It's the same accent. Same accent. And also, it's the same dude from the picture that died. Mr. Ukulele himself. Dr. Cleff. Bro, Dr. Cleff was a daddy. Bro. Wow, and he shot. Okay, that would make sense. Maybe he was just doing his duty. But dang. This is crazy. Let's start it back a little bit.
What the hell were you thinking?
I wanted to make sure she's all right. You wouldn't let me talk to her. I took another route.
What you did was so much worse than that. If you just stuck to throwing your weight around to get her amenities, sure, I could overlook that. But you then go about trying to give a Class 4 anomaly a phone line to the outside world? I mean, the council already dislikes you working at the same site as her. If this gets out, you can kiss whatever deal you made goodbye.
Come on, Sophia, she's harmless. The only reason she's in there is because of me. I had to do something. Was the Foundation just gonna let her grow up thinking that her?
Before you say another word, remember that this will be public to everyone with a Class 4 clearance. I can redact your name, but I can't stop people from putting the pieces together from an ill-timed outburst.
It's public to me. I ain't got no clearance. Oh, yo, what you talking about, Willis?
16 years. 16 years where she couldn't walk through a city or catch a movie or just go shopping. Doesn't matter if she's in a convent or a Foundation cell. She's being locked up for something she had no choice in. All because of me. It isn't fair.
Hey, I like how he's fine for his daughter, though. I really like that. I really like that. At the end of the day, that's your blood.
I know.
And I can't do anything about it. I could send a strike team anywhere in the world. I know secrets that the most powerful people in the world would pay billions for, and yet I can't even so much as talk to her. Let her know that she's not alone.
You've done the best you could. Much more than anyone could have expected of you in an impossible situation.
Funny how little that makes of a difference. You know, I don't care. Just write me up. Let's just get this over with.
I'm scheduling you for 6 2-hour sessions with the Foundation psychologist. I'll make sure it's glass. He signs off at the end of it. We can expunge this from your record.
Thank you, Sophia.
Damn. But suppose he's dead now, though? What? It's over. Bro! Dr. Cleff, bro. I need some more information about this dude, man. This was a journey. This was like it felt like a little movie, low key. This was a really good reaction. It wasn't exactly what I expected. Honestly, Succubus, from what I figured, they're like demons that have sex with, sleeping men. From my knowledge, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a different kind of succubus, but this is nothing like what I figured. That's why I thought, let's see if she belongs to the streets. And obviously she doesn't. She's in a cell and she doesn't even know who her daddy is. But damn, this was crazy. And her powers are like rewinding. Like how OP is that? Rewinding something back. Like it reminds me of Eri from My Hero Academia. If you guys ever seen that anime, like yo, her rewind abilities. Yo, this is deadly. Oh my god. Oh, bro, I need an update. I don't know how he died though. I know he was a team leader and he died throughout the process of killing the goddess, but he killed the goddess and the goddess was already dead and he was still alive because he put the bullet in her head. So how did he die when the entity's already dead? So I got a lot of questions. I'm sure you guys let me know a few of them in the comment section below, but guys, this was a doozy, and this was way juicier than I expected. I loved it a lot. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, please remember to smash that like button. Also, smash the sub button. Join the family. It's gonna be the best place, man. Hop in. It's gonna be a blast. And also remember, smash that notification button so you know exactly when I'm dropping more heat. Because YouTube doesn't always let you know when I do. So, unfortunately, that concludes today's episode. However, I'll catch you guys on the next one. With